Good evening, you beautiful people. Hope you're all having a good, you know, start to your week, I guess. It is Tuesday, June 3rd, in the year 2025, and I have a nice coffee, and I'm coming to you from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York, part of the Belly of Sports and Belly Up Media Network. I am Dan Cruz. This is Time to Be Us podcast. So you can find our show wherever you get your podcast. For some reason, the new logo has not updated on Apple. I have no idea why this is. Regardless, you can find us on Spotify, Good Pods, clips of the show on TikTok and on YouTube, full shows on YouTube as well. Now, I will get to, the brunt of the sports talk throughout the show. But last episode we talked, a couple new segments, Smooth Talk being one of them, the Debate Cave. And I want to talk about a couple things. But before I do that, I will be proud to say we have a schedule for some reason now. So recordings will be going on Mondays or Tuesdays, depending on how, everything plays out. Excuse me, if Jack could come on, if others can come on. And new shows will be posted the next day. Seahawks sessions will be recorded on Fridays and will be posted and will come out on Saturday mornings. BS sessions? Who in the world knows? That's one of those, you don't have a set schedule for BS sessions, but it's, regardless, we're going to have a good time with BS sessions. And now I will get to the brunt of, why we're all here today. It's sports. No, I'm just kidding. But it's... Jesus. Meanwhile, you're all going,
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I do stink here and there. I just showered, but okay, fine, whatever. So, tonight we will discuss one thing. And a few things. So, wow, I feel just god awful. It is June. And on this week's edition of Smooth Talk, it is June, which is mainly Pride Month across mainstream everywhere. It's also Men's Mental Health Awareness Month and stuff like that. And I think overall we can all get together and just learn to love people for who they are and stuff like that. And, I have a few friends, a couple family members, in fact, that, participated in Pride events or in, across like the Pride lifestyle and stuff like that, or the LGBTQ elemental P community. Not to make jokes about it, but it's just, it was easier with those four things, with those four letters. But I can crack jokes all I want. But from a serious perspective here, there's a lot of people that I know that have been judged based off of who they are. And you shouldn't be judged based off of who you are. Because if you believe you are somebody that you're not, that you currently are not, go for it. Like, this here, I prided myself on this podcast to have this be a judgment-free safe zone. So, whatever's on your mind, you're more than welcome to get off your chest here. Yeah, we'll crack some jokes. Yeah, we might, crack jokes with each other or whatever. But at the same point, this is a comfort zone. This is what I've always wanted it to be. It's a comfort zone. Now, also for the men, I know I've been very fortunate enough across, my life to be around some really good people. Guys, girls, whatever. I've been very fortunate enough to be around some really solid ass people in my life. And most of them, if not all of them, have given me a great excuse to go talk with them and just vent whatever's in my mind. I've also known people in the past that have, lost their battle with depression. Let's put it kindly. And this is not just like a men's mental health thing. This is across the board. If you have something going on in your life that you have a hard time talking about it, find someone that is willing to listen to you. They're not going to solve your problems, but at least they'll listen to you. They will be there for you. Therapy is also a great option. Whatever. But this podcast in particular is yeah, we'll have some fun. Yeah, we'll crack some jokes. Yeah, we'll drink a few beers here and there, or whatever you're into. But this is a great place to be comfortable in your own skin. Because there's a lot of people in this, there's many of people in this world that are not comfortable in who they are. And they want to just get that off their chest. So, I encourage you, just get it out. And yeah, people are going to judge. Whatever. Don't let that stop you for who you are. And for the guys and the ladies out there that are struggling with, their mental sanity or their mental health or whatever you want to call it, reach out to somebody. Reach out, call someone, call your family, call friends, significant others, whatever. Get it off your chest. Get it out. The worst thing you could do is just bottle it in. The worst thing you could possibly do is bottle it all in. And that's because I've been fortunate enough to get some really good help on my end and stuff like that. But yeah, there's some times where I feel like crap. And I'll ask myself, why do I feel this way? Or I'll do some things that make me feel happy. And get a hobby. Do some things that make you happy. For me, it's podcasting. For me, it's gaming. The gym, the beach, whatever. Find a hobby. Distract your mind. And, more importantly, you're loved. You know that? You're doing great. Keep it up, homie. Keep it up. In the sports department, because we got a few things in the sports world to get to and stuff like that. The New York Knicks, unfortunately, have lost, Jesus, in the Eastern Conference Finals in 6 games to the Indiana Pacers. And there are certain, Knick fans in the media, WFN, that have completely gone AWOL about the Knicks this season. So much so that they're just screaming out the top of their lungs. Play it again in the back. Just
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
let's also be real here. The Pacers were an overall better team. The Pacers were better. The Pacers outplayed the Knicks. The Pacers scored off turnovers, off many Knicks turnovers. And so much so that just overall the Knicks were outcoached as well. I'm not saying to, change everything or blah blah blah. Don't for the love of mankind trade for Giannis. Don't. You're fine where you are. Yeah, you might need to improve in, certain places like Josh Hart or whatever, but they're fine. They're literally fine. For the first time in, Jesus, a quarter century, they made to the Eastern Conference Finals. They're going to be fine. So the Knicks fans that are currently losing their godforsaken marbles, settle down, please. Because they're fine. They're literally fine. His iced coffee is delicious. I'm recording this at 8:50 at night. And I'm having a nice coffee for some reason. Like, who does that? I do.
What you have done has made God very unhappy.
Don't tempt me! Do not shun me, God. I'm a good noodle. Anyway, the Knicks are going to be fine, so please settle down, please. Settle down. We'll get to the Stanley Cup Finals in a second, but I do want to, jeez, I forgot to change the ad page. Dang it. Play the ads. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Hey guys, this is Hector from the Insert Name FC podcast here to tell you guys about Canada Dips. It is a great tasting, superior alternative to traditional dip using CBD in a way that is radical, enjoyable, and effective. It comes in 5 core flavors: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, and American spice. Canada Dip CBD is the new evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, use the code BELLYUP20 at CanadipCBD.com. Once again, BELLYUP20 at CanadipCBD.com, and you'll get yourself 20% off your purchase. Thank you again for Canada Dips for being a great partner of Belly Up Sports.
That's right, friends. Use the promo code BELLYUP20 in all caps for 20% off your order at CanadaDips.com. I know some really good people that have used Canada Dips, and they can say, solid. Just solid product the whole way around. So, go for it. CanadaDips.com. Promo code BELLYUP20 in all caps for 20% off your order. So, that's a good deal if I do say so myself. Now, back to the show. We now continue this program by talking about the Stanley Cup Finals. So, if you haven't heard, or if you lived under a rock for God knows how long, the Stanley Cup Finals start soon, with the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers in a rematch of last year's final, where Florida did win in 7 to win their first cup in franchise history. Edmonton is going for their 6th cup, and their first since 1990. Right? Did I get that right? Did I get that right? Donut, did I get that right? Well, you're useless. So, Florida is still, overall, the favorite to win this whole thing. However, we're going to run through both scenarios of how Florida can repeat or how Edmonton can claim their revenge. So let's start off with Florida. How can the Florida Panthers repeat as Stanley Cup champions? Florida, defensively and goaltending-wise, is better. Offensively, they are neck and neck with the Oilers. They are neck and neck with Edmonton. Now, the Oilers obviously have better scoring star power with the likes of McDavid, Draisaitl, Bouchard, and, Nugent Hopkins. But the Panthers have a lot of depth in terms of their scoring. They really do. It's not just, Barkov, Bennett, and what's his face? Kachuk. It's guys like Verhaeghe. It's guys like, and the defensemen as well. They got guys, they have more depth scoring than the Oilers do. If Bobrovsky plays, up to here, like if he keeps us at 1-score game, 1 goal, 2 goal games, they're going to be fine. The Panthers will repeat. In all likelihood, 6 or 7. Now, where the Oilers can win, where the Oilers can claim their revenge, and win Canada's first cup since 93? 93, yes. Montreal. That's crazy. Montreal was their last Canadian Cup winner? Wow. It's crazy. So, Edmonton, as I mentioned earlier, has more star power in terms of scoring. They have 2 guys that can single-handedly take over the entire game. They can take over this series. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, that's it. Where their weakness is goaltending. If Stuart Skinner keeps this, doesn't let in the easy goals, doesn't let in, the easy shots or whatever, the Oilers have enough firepower to dethrone Florida. I think this is their shot. And as much as, it would pain me, not even pain me, but more importantly I would be so happy if this were to happen. I think the Oilers win in 6. I think the Oilers win this series in 6 games and hoist Canada's first Stanley Cup since 93. It'd be sweet. It'd be sweet to see. Because Connor McDavid deserves this crap. The Oilers deserve this. Canada deserves it after, 6 tries? An 0-6? Something like that? Since they've been to the finals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, I think, since 93. I think Vancouver's been there twice. Montreal once, Edmonton 3 times. Right? And then Ottawa. It was 6. Okay. So, yeah, I think this would be great. This would be fantastic. So, Oilers in 6, that's my prediction. In the NBA side, the finals are coming up. Woo! Is it just me, or has this NBA postseason been fantastic? This has been great. It really has been great. And, it's been solid overall basketball. It's been really good to see that playoff basketball has finally been revived into all glory once again. Well, you can see my biceps here and the tattoos here. Nice. Fantastic. Don't get any funny ideas. I'm getting married. Regardless. It'll be Oklahoma City, the presumed favorite, and the number 1 overall record in the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Indiana Pacers, who are in their first finals appearance since 2000. Both teams have an opportunity to win their first championship in franchise history. In this case, the Sonics win in 79 does not count. Sorry. It's a different franchise. It doesn't count. It just doesn't. You don't say, oh, the first incarnation of the Browns have 2 Super Bowls. No, the Ravens have 2 Super Bowls. You know what I mean? Now, I expect the entire Pacific Northwest to be taking Indiana in this series, along with most of the Midwest being Indiana. But I think Oklahoma City has this in 5. However, we will run through both scenarios. Can the Pacers slow down the Thunder? How can they do it? They have to, honest to God when I say this, they have to double or dang near triple team SGA. They have to dang near triple team SGA. Because if you shut him down, the Thunder do not have a ton of firepower, but they can score fast. They score really fast. So, if Indiana can find a way to slow down SGA, Shea Gregorius-Alexander, then the Pacers have a legitimate shot. And this may go to 6 games. Now, the Thunder, they have to out-physical the Pacers. How do they do that? Well, they have 2 guys, Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein, that can out-physical the Pacers. But this might go 7 games. There's a very good chance this goes 7 games, but I'm not the biggest Tyrese Halliburton fan, not just because I'm a Knicks fan, but because of the fact that this guy... Do you remember Josh Norman? Do you guys remember Josh Norman of the Carolina Panthers years ago? This guy talked so much crap. So much BS. And other than 1 year, did not back it up. He did not back it up. He had 1 good year with the Panthers, and that was it. Josh Norman reminds me of Tyrese Halliburton now. He's a good player in spots, but other than that, he's not going to take over a game. He's not. He's not a superstar level player. Oh, what about Jalen Brunson? Yeah, it's a team sport. Basketball is a team sport. Shocker. The era of super teams is dang near done. What a surprise. So, yeah, my prediction stays the same. Oklahoma City in 5. I would be very surprised if this goes past 5 games. But you never know at this point. So, we're going to take another quick break, get through some ads, and a couple more things to talk about, including rain time. But we'll be right back. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is the official jerky of Belly Up Sports. For over a decade, Righteous Felon Craft Jerky has led the American meat snack revolution by concocting delicious, adventurous, U.S.-sourced jerky recipes for uncompromising carnivores across the country. With 15 different flavors to choose from, Righteous Felon has all jerky lovers covered, and by using promo code BELLYUP, you will get 15% off your purchase at RighteousFelon.com. Do your taste buds a favor today and rip into a bag of Righteous Felon jerky.
That's right, lads. Use the promo code BELLYUP in all caps for 15% off your order of various flavors of beef jerky at RighteousFelon.com. Don't forget, go to RighteousFelon.com. Use the promo code BELLYUP in all caps for 15% off your order of various jerky flavors. So, I have a legitimate question regarding to the New York Jets. There's been a lot of buzz around here on Long Island, specifically around Jets fandom. And there's a lot of Jet fans here on Long Island. There's a ton of them out here. It's in New York. What do you expect? But Aaron Glenn's in his first year as Jets head coach. Rookie head coach. Blah, blah, blah. We know the deal. Darren Mogney, however the heck you pronounce his name, new GM of the Jets. They made some really solid moves overall. So, which begs the question, can the Jets actually surprise some people? Can New York, despite all the meme hood that has entered their rooms over the last 30 years, where it's like, oh, it's the Jets, the same old Jets, blah, 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 blah. I'm willing to bet. I'm not a betting man, but I'm willing to bet that the New York Jets can compete with Buffalo for the AFC East title. Now, hold on. Hear me out. I'm not saying the Jets are going to win the AFC East. That'd be ridiculous. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be ridiculous. But the Jets have made some really solid moves. Justin Fields, say what you want about him, is a solid quarterback. You know, Josh Reynolds, good player, solid for solid receiver. Tyler Johnson, not bad. They brought in Derek Nottie, Andre Cisco, Brandon Stevens, who was the weird, for some reason, controversial player they signed. But overall, they made some really solid moves. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but then again, that's, one of those we'll see where this goes kind of ordeal. But I'm feeling confident if I'm the Jets. If I'm a Jets fan, I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling weirdly confident about the Jets. Because, I don't know, it's just, you look at them and you go, okay, maybe they're going to be pretty good. I mean, the AFC's top heavy, but we'll see. We'll see where this goes. Oh boy, what else is in the Department of Nonsense today? Oh, here's one. What are your expectations for the Tennessee Titans and number 1 overall pick, Cam Ward? Just get to 6 wins. 6 or 7 wins and you're fine. Because Tennessee's... I don't know what to do with them, honestly. Listen, I like Cam Ward. If I'm a University of Miami fan, I'm rooting for this guy to succeed. Jared, I know you're watching. Cam Ward's your guy. I know he is. Even I don't think you believe the Titans are going to be really good. Be real. So, that being said, Tennessee, my expectations are at a minimum. Ish. They're at a minimum right now. Do I think the Titans are going to be, solid, good? Sure. I mean, they're going to have to win behind Cam Ward, to be truthfully honest here. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to have to do if you're the Titans. That's honestly what you have to do. Which stings to say, but it's the truth. It's the truth. We're going to get to one more ad read before we close up shop. Because we got to do this. I don't want to, but we got to. So, Ryan, take it away. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at Belly Up Sports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, but you can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
Where did I put it? There it is. Use the promo code BellyUpSports in all caps to get $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek.com with the SeatGeek app. Thanks to our friends at SeatGeek for being a proud sponsor of Belly Up Sports, Belly Up Media, and our various podcasts. So, go buy this stuff. Buy some stuff out there, because, I've used SeatGeek before. Solid. Really good website. Highly recommend. Uh-oh. Do you know what time it is? Why? It is ring time. Where'd I put it? There you are. It's ring time. That is right. It is ring time. Our weekly wrestling discussion, wrestling segment, wrestling talk, whatever. We're talking wrestling. Because we can. Listen, if this is your least favorite part of the program, I don't know what's wrong with you. This is one of my favorite things to get to, because this is where I really unleash my hatred and my wrath. So I want to discuss in this particular topic here one thing. And one thing only. The first rule of the internet is you don't argue with the internet. you stay out of the comments. Because apparently the internet always wins. And according to the IWC, they are always correct. No matter what. You know, I commented on the podcast Twitter page. You know, and I quote, if I could find it, that'd be great. The IWC. A toxic cesspool of peeps who are probably in their 30s or 50s and in their basement who in their hearts truly believe they can run a wrestling promotion better than the person who's getting paid millions and millions of dollars to run said promotion, who also believe that Twitter is a real life. This all comes into play because R-Truth got released. Or R-Truth is, you know, not getting his contract renewed and stuff like that. People are losing their minds. This happens every year. This happens every year. It is a business. Okay? It is the wrestling business, not the wrestling playground. Okay? You know, if you truly believe that you can run a wrestling promotion better than the person who's getting paid millions upon millions of dollars to run said wrestling promotion, go run the freaking show. Go run the show. Seriously, go run the show. If you really truly believe in your heart's content that you can do better, please, be my guest. Be my guest. And there's some arrogant mofos that really do think that they can run a wrestling that they can run WWE better than Triple H, or AEW better than Tony Khan, or TNA better than who's their booker? Who's their booker? I don't know. Or MLW or the NWA and Billy Corgan or something like that. It's like, really? Really? You gotta be that arrogant? You gotta be that much of an arrogant MF to really honestly believe? Like, how big is your ego? Like, seriously, let's add a little thing called logic into this room. Seriously. Let's add a little thing called logic into this room for a second here. You honestly believe, the IWC really do believe that you can run WWE better than Triple H or TKO or Nick Khan or whoever's in charge of there. I don't know. I don't care. You honestly believe that? Be my guest. Go run the show. Go run it. Go run the whole company. Because it makes you sound like an arrogant piece of crap. It really does. And I'm not the symbol of perfection. I don't want to be. I've been on record of saying perfection is stupid. Even God himself is not perfect. Do you want to know why? He made your ass. See? See my point? Like, people like Dakota Kai, or Cora Jade, or R-Truth, or Carlito get let go, all of a sudden they become the IWC's favorite wrestler. But when a guy like, you know, I don't know, just to throw this out there, if AJ Styles randomly got released by WWE, no one cared. No one would care. I'm sure, you know, the business would care, because AJ Styles is dang near 50. And he could hardly move like he used to in his 30s. Like, prime AJ Styles is gone. Let's be real here. Not to throw some AJ Styles slander, but which will not be tolerated. But let's be real here. Let's be real. Settle down. You are acting like spoiled brats who honestly think that this crap is real life. Twitter is not real. Twitter isn't real life. Do you honestly want to know what real life is? Put your freaking phone down, log off your computer, and go actually touch grass. That's what you should do. Okay? Go off the grid. Go be a hermit for some reason. I don't know. I made my point, clearly. Oh. Jesus. it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that you have to go off and on and on and on and on and on about how TKO's ruining wrestling, or AEW's ruining wrestling, or TNA's ruining wrestling, MLW, GCW, whatever. It's like, I'm sorry, are you running these promotions? Okay, I'm gonna stop before I go off a 45-minute rant, because I really don't want to do that. I really do not want to do that. So, let's close up shop. One more thing. New weekly thing we're gonna do called the Debate Cave. And how this thing works is I come up with a random topic and I will try to answer it the best way I possibly can without going off on a tangent for 45 minutes and then derailing the entire thing, because, we don't want that. So, this week's topic is, what makes a successful relationship? Yeah. Where do I start? Don't be a dickwad. I'm just kidding. Oh, God.
What you have done has made God very unhappy.
What the hell is that?
Aye. So, what makes a successful relationship? I don't know what the definition of a successful relationship is. Because deep down inside, you're always going to have some struggles in relationships. You're always going to have disagreements. You're always going to have arguments. There's no such thing as a perfect relationship. There never is. There never is. Like, I could comfortably say, though, in like my dang near 30 years on this earth, well, obviously, like, for those only listening, I have a silicone ring band on my ring finger, but it's not the real band. Quiet. So, I don't know. What makes a successful relationship is, for you to get your head straight first. Because if you don't have your head straight first, you can't be their rock and their comfort, and especially their comfort zone. And this goes for both parties here. It takes two to tango, after all. One of my favorite all-time comedians is Patrice O'Neal. And Patrice O'Neal had a radio show called The Black Phillip Show, Patrice O'Neal. And one of the things that he talked about was he swore that you should never shortchange yourself for anyone. Don't ever put yourself last. Guy, girl, whatever. Don't ever shortchange yourself for anyone. Now, he obviously says something's far more prude and heinous, but this is a family show, apparently. So I think that also the other thing is, once your significant other makes you stop being you, there's an issue, because it goes back to the comfort zone thing. Like, you should be each other's comfort zone, not each other's, therapist. You know what I mean? Like, hey, what can I do to be a better person? Or whatever. Or teach me to love you better. Or something like that. Like, it's not about, like, all flashing them with the best gifts or whatever. It's like, hey, showing them you actually give a crap or give a damn or whatever. Like, show them you're willing to put the effort into the relationship. So I think to solve this question, or to answer this fully, what makes a successful relationship is you're willing to put the effort and the work in to make this thing happy. It's to show them that you love them for them, and not for the model or the project. You're willing to stick it around for thick and thin. That you're willing to love them no matter what, no matter their flaws, no matter their health scares, whatever, their imperfections, whatever. As long as you're willing to love them for them, that is what makes a relationship work. That's what makes a successful relationship, and eventually a successful marriage. So, final thoughts before we close up shop. Again, it's June. It's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. It's Pride Month. It's whatever the hell you want to be. But at the same point, I think we can all learn to love each other for who we are. No matter our flaws, no matter our disagreements, no matter our imperfections, whatever. Because at the end of the day, we're all human. We are all human on this planet. And suck it up, Buttercup. We're going to be here for the rest of our lives. Or until we die. That made no sense. Well, I tried. I tried. I tried to make this inspirational. It didn't work. But it's... Why?
What the hell was that?
What was that?
What you have done has made God very unhappy.
Why? Anyway, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dan Cruz. I'm coming to you from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York, and I will see you all in this life and most certainly the next one. Cheers, everyone. Have yourselves a good night.